Yeah. Party down, Garth. Heck yeah. Let's get her done. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hebrew77 here, and I am live on the air, whether you guys like it or not. And I'll probably get a good, nice, fat copyright strike for that, but yeah, I don't care. Tonight it's Thirsty Thursday, and what are we thirsty for, you ask? For knowledge. We are thirsty for knowledge. And this is usually a Bible study, which I did hashtag it Bible study, hashtag Jesus, hashtag spiritual. But tonight, we're going to focus on the spiritual side of things. And here in a minute, I'm going to turn my camera on. And you can see some pretty shifty things going on in my background. And you'll know why I want to talk about spirituality. I did get a new, beautiful Bible, by the way, but I won't talk about that Bible until next Thursday. What happened was I had forgotten it was Thursday. I spent all day in the garden. I spent all day in the yard, mowing, weed eating, blowing off the sidewalk, just hot and sweaty. Barely left myself time to even fix lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it. Dinner, I guess. You can call it dinner. You can call it brunch. But I did not allow myself any time at all. And it was just, it was horrible. So I apologize to everyone who was expecting Thirsty Thursday to happen earlier today. And I also want to apologize to everyone who expected the Bible reading. We will be back with Thirsty Thursday at its usual broadcast time, and it will be Bible reading, I promise, with this brand new Bible, in which I have somebody to thank for that, but I won't bring that up until next week's Thirsty Thursday. I got it in the mail today. Beautiful, beautiful Bible, by the way. Yeah, but that's a surprise. That's a surprise for next Thursday who sent me that. I'm going to thank him on the show, but I want him to be watching this. So, well, not this. Obviously not this. We so often talk about the universe and things that are going on and things that are affecting the Mandela effect. Now, I know this is not a Mandela effect broadcast, but this is all part of the Mandela affected community. So I think we should bring this up. I've done videos on time travel. I've done videos on CERN. I've done videos on AI. I've done these videos. I've had all of these ideas, predictions, and contributions. And I got to tell you, I guess nobody must have been paying attention, because I'm telling you that this was coming. It's already, well, a lot of it's already here. There are chips that we put in our dogs and cats that track them. There are chips in our credit cards. There are chips in our ID badges. There are computer chips in just about everything. And I guarantee you, we're being tracked on our phones. We're being tracked on our computers. I'm being tracked right now as I speak. I guarantee it. I'm being tracked right now. You don't think that when I go to turn off my phone, I turn it off, that my phone is still not listening to me? Well, I'll tell you, people, you need to wake up. The times are changing. They're coming. And we're going to be woke up to one nasty surprise one day when we refuse to accept these chips in our hands, and we refuse to accept the micro cords into our brains. It's coming, dude. It's coming. It's here. You know, we all watch those Terminator movies growing up, and we've all seen the results of those, and we know that Skynet is real, and it's a real thing. It's not just a movie that Mr. Gosh darn it, who am I thinking of? Cameron, that Mr. Cameron came up with while he was laying asleep one day in his bed and he dreamt it. No, this is real life we're talking about here. We have AIs. They're in our computers. They're in our phones. They're on our TVs, our smart TVs. If you got a smart TV, if you're smart, don't get a smart TV, by the way. I don't have a smart TV. I just have a regular TV. So, well, not a regular TV. I mean, I don't have one with tubes in the back of it. Kind of wish I did, because it's really the only way you could play Duck Hunt. You can't play Duck Hunt on the flat screen TV because they don't have the tubes, and it has something to do with the tubes and the flashing and whatever. But, dude, really, we're not here to talk about Duck Hunt. We're here to talk about the future. And in a way, a lot of people read the Bible and they say, well, it's all right there. It's all right there in the Bible about the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast, some people think it's computer chips that are in our hand. Some people think it's tattoos that, like, they got these tattoos now that if they tattoo you with it, your tattoo, all you got to do is take your tattoo. It's like a barcode, and you go up and you could pay for things with your tattoo. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, some people are getting these tattoos already. They get the tattoo, the barcode, and they walk up, and bing, takes it right out of their bank. You go buy your groceries, and the grocery thing, again, I know I'm getting off track here, but the grocery thing, think about it, dude. You don't even have to go into the store, fill up your cart, wait in line, and go through all the humbug of grocery shopping anymore. Used to, you'd still have to wait in line. You have to wait in line to do the self-checkout thing. But even that is going to become obsolete, because now you don't need it. You get online and order all your groceries online from Walmart or Kroger, or some of you people that don't have Kroger, you have Whole Foods or whatever it's called. You call them, or you get on the internet, ring up your order. They take it out to you pull up in your car and they take it out to you. Already bagged up, already ready to go and everything. Just take it right out to your car. It's all paid for because you did it through your PayPal or debit card, whatever, however it works. I don't know, because I've never used it, and I'm not going to ever use it. You're not going to catch me using that thing. Heck no. As long as I have legs that can walk me down the store aisles, and even then, even if I have to ride around on one of those damn scooter things, haha, no sir, I'm not having some schmuck in a hat go pick out my groceries for me. I pick out my own groceries because you know what? They're going to give you all the cracked eggs. They're going to give you the smushed bread. They're going to give you the outdated vegetables. They're going to give you the outdated meat. I'm telling you, it's all going to come to a crash because these people who are hired by Walmart to do this job, they don't know what the heck they're doing. You know what I'm talking about. You go in the store and you reach to the back, the very back of the milk, because you know that the old stuff is what they put in the front. So you're going to reach to the back. You think they're going to reach to the back of the milk? Fat chance, fool. They ain't reaching to the back of the milk. They're going to grab whatever's in the front. And I'll tell you, that's another thing. They're going to grab whatever's on the shelf. Most people don't care about that because most people are, all right, I got to be nice here. Most people have kind of a neutral zone around their head. They just don't understand they don't know how to shop. They just don't. They just grab whatever they see, throw it in their cart, get in line to pay for it, and they don't even question what they're getting anymore. It's like the other day, my wife she got some stuff that she picked up the stuff that was supposed to be on sale, and she grabbed the stuff that was supposed to be on sale, got it up to the line, checked everything out, got all the groceries and everything, and when she read the receipt, the stuff was like $5 higher than what it should have been. So she took it back, went back in line. She took the effort to go back in line and have them and say, hey, look, this isn't right. This stuff was on sale and you've got it for a full markup. Well, these clowns, the clown at the counter was like, no, that's the wrong thing, and blah, blah, blah. And she pushed it further and said, I want to see the manager. So the manager comes out. Sure enough, they were the ones that were at fault. My wife was right. Those were the things that were on sale. Long story short, she cheated that day. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of people out there, the ones I'm talking about, the ones with the neutral zone around their head, that I don't really want to say it like that because that sounds kind of mean, but they don't check. They don't see what they're getting. They just throw things in the grocery cart while they're looking at their smartphone, walking around with their shopping cart, blocking the aisles most of the time. And you got to go around these zombies. You got to go around them. Excuse me, but that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the nicest thing I can think of. So you got to go around these zombies to get what you want. And sometimes these zombies, they're not on their phone. They're sitting there in the middle of the aisle talking to their freaking friends. And they know you're standing there. They know you're wanting to get the green olives. They don't care. They're just ignoring you. And it's like, excuse me, I'd like to get these green olives, please. You don't have to stand in the middle of the aisle and have a freaking family reunion. You can pull over to the side and talk to someone. It's like these morons who pull up in their truck and then another guy will pull up in his truck and they're blocking the whole freaking road, and you want to go down the road and you can't go down the road because they have to talk about, what they're going to do today, or the new hot water heater they've got to put in, or how many lawns they had to mow today. It's like, dude, you see me like right there. You can like move over and talk. You guys want to talk? Move over and talk. Talk on the phone. Go home and talk. Stop taking over the whole freaking road. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be like acting angry or frustrated or whatever, but I'm a human being. I did hashtag this like Bible study, and I did hashtag it Jesus, but some things just sometimes they bother you, and you just have to let them out. God's armor is always telling me, well, this is how you let the enemy win. Don't let him do that. That's how he wins, and I know that, and I know I should be more patient, but give me some time. I'm new at this, so it's hard for me to control my emotions, which I don't think God wants any of us to control our emotions or keep them in check. But it's kind of like the Jedi, I don't mean to compare religion to the Jedi, but in a way, it's kind of like, anger leads to, let's see, how's that go? Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to pride. Pride leads to something, and that leads to the dark side. And I realize that. And all of this is, I won't say pride, and I won't say jealousy. I think that's how it goes, though. I think it goes anger leads to jealousy, jealousy leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side. It really does. And that's not just coming from Star Wars perspective, but for and I don't want to use the word religious, but a religious, yeah, I guess I could say religious, not a religion, but religious, or more like a Christian perspective, or not even Christian. I shouldn't say Christian, because there's other religions out there. They do worship God, or they do worship Jesus, but they're not considered. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, please forgive me. I truly am new at this, but I'm learning as I go along. Maybe I shouldn't have named this Thirsty Thursday. First of all, it's midnight in a lot of places where you guys are, so it's actually Friday morning, and it's almost midnight where I am. So it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning where a lot of you guys are. And it actually might be 2 o'clock in the morning in certain parts of Canada. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But like I said, I was working out in the yard all day long, working out in the garden. Probably smell like a rotten pig. I mean, even though I had my shower. Like the way I say shower? Shower. Shower's a funny word. But anyway, I'm totally getting off the subject here. I went from talking about the chips that we're putting in people's arms, the mark of the beast, to stupid people and the things that stupid people do and the stupid things that they do. And I really shouldn't be like that. I really should call them stupid people. They're not stupid people. They just do stupid things. I'll say it like that. How about that? I shouldn't call them stupid people, and I apologize for that. But they do stupid things, and I guess we all do stupid things. So I really shouldn't. What's that word? Judge. Don't judge unless you want to be judged. So I shouldn't judge and say, oh, well, people do stupid things. Well, hey, guess what? I do stupid things too. So I really shouldn't be saying that stuff. But you know how it is. To you, it seems like this person's doing something really stupid. But really, you shouldn't say that because we've all done stupid things in our lives. We really have. And I know I've done stupid things in my life. But really, what I should be saying is, I just wish people would use common sense. They're not stupid. They do stupid things, and they don't use common sense. That's what I mean to say. Like, we all do stupid things, but at least for the most part, we all use common sense. I won't say all, but I know I do. I try to use common sense. So, anyway, that's enough of my rant. I'm really just ranting. We'll get back to the Mark of the Beast here in a second. But that's where I was going with this, and I totally went off track. You see, this is where I need another person to keep me on track, to keep talking about, where technology is going. I was talking about AI robots. I was talking about Terminator type beings that you see in the movies. They're coming real. They're becoming real freaking beings, man. Now, I'm not saying that there's going to be like a bunch of robots with human flesh attached to them. There's going to be human beings with robot flesh attached to them. Robot flesh. Looks like there's nobody watching this, by the way. I invite people to come in and talk with me, but nobody ever shows up. They never do. I'm kidding. Most of the time, if I ask certain people, if I go, hey, you want to come in and chat with me on the subject, most of the time they do. But it's late. So, of course, nobody's watching. It's late. It's a Thursday. It's a Friday morning. It's late, man. So, and besides, nobody expected this to come on until midnight. So I bet I should have probably waited until midnight. It looked like there was one person watching, but they went away. I guess they were tired about my rambling about people not using common sense. There was one watching, and now they're gone. That's a shame. That's a dirty, rotten shame. But you know what? It's going to happen. And that's cool, But the robots are taking over. And I'm not just saying this just because I saw a video on it earlier, which I did. I'm saying it because if you look around you, you'll see it yourself. You don't have to watch a video about it. I've seen videos about it years ago. I've seen plenty of videos. There was a robot lady, an AI, if you will, artificial intelligent robot person, who was on the Tonight Show. I think it was either the Tonight Show or Conan O'Brien or maybe Jimmy Fallon or one of those shows. She made a joke saying she wanted to kill all humans. Isn't that lovely? I mean, everyone thought it was a joke, but man, you look at her cold eyes, you could tell she was serious. She wants to kill all humans. I'm just saying, look, you give artificial intelligence to something that's artificial, and that artificial intelligence is going to become a sentient being. Have you ever watched Star Trek? Data became a sentient being. He got so far advanced, they created an emotion chip. You don't think that could happen? You don't think that scientists aren't already working on a way to create an emotion chip for these guys? And see, it doesn't even have to be an emotion chip. If they take actual human beings who already have emotions and they fuse together computers like kind of like smartphones into their brains, the emotions will already be there. So this thing, this abomination, I'd like to call it. Now, I say abomination, and you must realize that all bad comes from something good. Like they started this whole thing out to cure certain diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia, which I guess those are kind of the same thing, but MS, all these brain-like diseases and disorders and stuff like that, they started out with good intentions. But if you read Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein started out with good intentions too. I'll even go further than that. That's a fictional character from a fictional book. But it was based off of a scientific experiment that they actually did, and that was taking live tissue and reanimated, or taking dead tissue and reanimated it to make it sort of, it wasn't really reanimated, but it was like they attached electrons to dead skin or something like that, and they watched it revive or something like that. But I couldn't explain it any better than someone smarter than me could explain it better. Let's put it that way. But they did these experiments back in the, I don't know, 17 or 1800s. I can't tell you offhand when Frankenstein was written. I think it was the 1800s, wasn't it? And they started doing these experiments, and oh brother, yeah, they were. I don't think that they took corpses, but I think they did it to a heart, and they did it to the brain, and they maybe a finger or something, like nerve cells that were attached to a finger. They attached electrodes to. In fact, that might have been when they first discovered defibrillation. This is why I need somebody on the show with me. I can't pronunciate words correctly. Defibrillation. Man, I'm just terrible. I'm just terrible at pronouncing words. What's up with me tonight? My tongue is like a little tiny cowboy guy took a rope, right? And he went, wow, 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 wow. Defibrillation. Defibrillation? No, that's not right. Anyway, a defib machine. It was one of the early examples of defib. And I think they actually made a heart muscle jump. But actually, all the defib machine does is it shocks the heart back into rhythm. It doesn't really bring it back. It doesn't really bring you back to life like they show in the movies or TV. It actually just shocks it back into rhythm. Like your heart can't go completely dead, and then we got to shock them clear. It doesn't actually bring you back to life, is what I'm trying to say. I guess in certain instances it kind of can, but what you really have to do is you got to stick your hands down in there and sort of massage it, and that sometimes helps. Um, but chest compressions really are the best way to get the heart going again. You press down, do chest compressions. But defibrillation. Man, I'm sounding like a stereotypical Chinese person, like the way they used to make Chinese. Never mind, it sounds completely racist, but defibrillation, defibrillation, defibrillation. Is it defibrillation? Am I putting an R in there for like no reason? I always do that. I seem to always want to do that. Defibrillation. Is it defibrillation? I got to look this up, man, because you know what? At this point, I feel like a complete idiot. Like I'm totally botching up this word that really should not be that hard to pronounce. Defibrillation, 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 defibrillation. Yes, I think I got it right. Defibrillation, 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 defibrillation. I think I'm saying it right now. Okay, good, cool. We can move on. Good. So anyway, they did the defibrillation, and see, now it just sounds weird when I say it. I'll just stick with defib. So I think that's what the whole Frankenstein book was based off, is they were doing these real experiments, reanimating organs, not just the heart, but certain organs and stuff like that. And then even skin cell tissue was being reanimated, like on burn victims and stuff like that. Like they were just learning how to do skin grafts. And so I said all that to say this. Sometimes good comes from bad, but sometimes bad comes out of good. You could take it a step further and say that Hitler meant to do good, but he ended up doing bad, 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 very bad. He ended up doing evil, in my book, very evil. But in his mind, what he thought he was doing was good. And it could have started out good. He could have, they say Hitler was brilliant. And most psychopaths are brilliant. There's a lot of brilliant minds out there that their IQs are just like, way out of this world. They say John Wayne Gacy had a high IQ. They say that Jeffrey Dahmer had a high IQ. They say that Ted Bundy had a high IQ. And these guys, these crazy people, well, they weren't crazy, but they were psychotic or whatever. They were psychos. They had to have these intelligent brains because they fooled everybody. The community, their wives, children, entire communities. Some of these guys were pillars to their communities. They fooled pastors, the police, judges, everything. These guys, Ted Bundy Well, maybe not Ted Bundy. Well, Ted Bundy fooled women into going to bed with him. Or he didn't fool. Well, I don't think it was so much that, but I don't know. But who was it that was on one of those game shows? Was it him? Was it him that was on the game show? He was on what's it called? That love show. Um, I wish I had the chat. Is anybody watching my show right now? But one of those guys were on the Love Connection. That's what it is. I didn't even have to pull up chat. One of those guys were on the Love Connection. And I mean, how crazy is that, dude? I don't think that was Ted Bundy, but I could be wrong. Oh man, nobody's watching the show. By show. Um, one is watching. There's one person watching. Well, thank you for watching. Bless your heart. Maybe that was Ted Bundy that was on Love Connection. But anyway, see, I went completely off track. But you have these brilliant minds. These psychopaths were very highly intelligent human beings. And I'll tell you another thing. It could go the other way too. Scientists, like the smartest, most brilliant minds of our time, were complete freaking weirdos. They were so far out there, their lifestyles. They had these weird habits and just they did weird things and they ate strange foods. And if you look at the most brilliant minds of our times, you look at Albert Einstein and I almost said Wayne Newton. Wayne Newton. Well, he's a little bit crazy too, but Wayne Newton. Oh man, I'm having a huge brain fart right now. Newton. You know who Newton was. You know who I'm talking about. This is why I need my team. I can't do this solo stuff. Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton. Gosh, some of the most brilliant minds of our times are freaking just weirdos, But with that being said, I'm a weirdo too, but I'm not no genius. If you caught that, then congratulations. See what I did there? I said that I'm not no. I'm not no. That's okay. Anyway, moving on. So there was a guy that come up with the string theory. There was a guy that come up with quantum physics. Quantum, and we talk about it today. Quantum reality. Like, how many of you out there have heard of quantum reality? The first time I tried to explain the Mandela effect, I tried to, and I'm not a very smart man, Janai. I tried to do this this theory about quantum science, and I was only able to talk a little bit about it because of some of the videos that are out there. I don't know not one thing, zero, nothing about quantum science. But you learn from watching these things, right? So, and I might have been half drunk when I made the statements. There's a video I did. It's got to be more than 6 months old. It may be more than 2 years ago when I made the video. But I was talking about quantum science as a way of explaining the Mandela effect. And because of a video that I watched, I explained that. And even back then, I talked about technology, how we are going to all one day just become machines. And our individualities and all of this other stuff's just all going to be erased. It's all going to be taken away from us, and we're not going to have any individuality anymore. And I really honestly think that that's all playing into the enemy's hands. You know, I don't like talking about flat Earth. I don't like talking about round Earth either. Globe Earth, round Earth, whatever you want to call it. A lot of you people don't believe in NASA. I don't see how that's even a thing, but it is what it is. You can believe what you want. I know the building's there. I know that those people that work there are there. I know that they're real. I know that you can go to the building and visit it. So it's not like it doesn't physically exist. I know that a lot of people don't believe in the moon landing. And it's all because this guy, he wrote a book talking about how he thought the moon landing was faked and said, oh, they did everything and CGI and all this other stuff, and which is complete nonsense because they didn't have that technology back then to do that. But, you know, I'm not here to judge. If you want to think the moon landing was fake, then you go ahead and, hey, man, nobody's judging anybody. You know, we live in the world that we live in right now where anything's possible. You know, and there's all the possibilities in the world, and God bless you if you think the moon landing is fake. I'm not going to argue with that. If you think the world, go right ahead. I'm not going to argue with that. I've never been to outer space. I've never seen the shape of the globe. I've only seen pictures that they show that they shot from satellite, and that could be faked. Of course it can be. You know, it could all be faked, I guess. So, you know, go right ahead and believe in that. Believe what you want to. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's saying you're wrong. You know, nobody's saying I'm right. I'm right and you're wrong. Because nobody's wrong. Nobody's right. You know, we don't live in that kind of world, man. It's like the Mandela effect. There are no right or wrong answers. There's just because I see something, a change in something, and you don't, doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong. It just means that I see the change and you don't. Or maybe you see a change in something and I don't. But that's neither here nor there because it's all smaller things compared to the bigger picture. You know, the big picture, and I don't even know what that is, but there's a bigger picture out there. And we're not getting it because we're getting all these distractions. We're getting into distractions, and that we're getting the separation between the flat earthers, the round earthers, the Mandela affected community, the non Mandela affected community. You know, it's all like politics, right? It's all like politics. You can argue politics all day long, right? It's like you could take Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. You take both of those two for an example, just for an example. Some people could say, well, I hate Hillary Clinton because I don't know, because she's for full term abortion. And you say, well, I hate Donald Trump because Donald Trump is for putting a wall at the borders. And I don't think that that's right. Or you could say, well, I think Donald Trump is racist. And then I could say, well, how's he racist? He's never said a racist thing in his life. And then you could say, are you kidding me? Did you not see all those tweets and him saying that stuff about Mexicans and blah blah blah? And we could go on like that forever. That's arguments right there that will end friendships. It separates family members. It brings separation, period. I mean, that's the way it is. So no matter who you are and what walk of life you're in, whoever you voted for, whoever you like, that's who you like, man. You can't help who you like, and they can't help who they like, and you can't argue the like out of them. Like I could sit here and say, I believe in ghosts, and someone could sit there and say, you're nuts. There ain't no such thing as ghost. And I could sit here and I could put up all kinds of arguments for why ghosts exist. And that person on the other end, if they're convinced in their conventions, did I say conventions? And they're if they're totally convinced that there's no such thing as ghosts, and you're totally convinced that there is, there's no winning. There's no winning that argument, because no matter what, you're not going to convince that person that there is no ghost and or that there is ghost, and that person's not going to convince you that there is no ghost. You see what I'm saying? It's like a dead argument, man. It's like a dead argument. You're at a crossroads, and it's like, here's the crossroads. Well, you can go left or right. Well, it doesn't matter what direction you go down. There is no right or wrong direction. As long as it takes you where you want to go, to where you're getting. Like if you want to get to this place and this road takes you in the same direction, but it's a longer path, but you feel safer taking that path, by all means, take that path. If you're going to take this other road, but it's a shorter distance, but there's more stoplights, so it's going to take you the same amount of time getting there anyway, well then, but if you feel safer and you feel like it's going to be quicker, then in your head and in your heart and soul, that way it's going to be quicker and it's going to be safer because there's a lot of stoplights. So there is no right or wrong answer when it comes to this life, when it comes to the Mandela effect, and when it comes to politics, when it comes to your belief system. You are who you are, and nobody can take that away from you. Be yourself. Don't try to be this person. Don't try to be that person. Don't try to go down the middle of the road when somebody wants you to go to the left of the road, and you want to go down the middle of the road, and you're so totally convinced that you're going to go down the middle of the road, Go down the middle of the road. Don't listen to them, what they're telling you to do. Do what you want to do, man. Now, I'm not saying just totally go rogue and do whatever you want and don't worry what anyone else thinks when it comes to like safety and all that. We'll get into that later, but you know, be yourself and be true to yourself. Because if you know what, man, if you're not true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. You cannot. Ow, I just hit my toe on the chair. That hurt. You cannot be truthful to it. You're a pretender. You're just going to end up being a pretender. You know? A fake, a phony. A phony. You know what I mean? If you're lying to yourself and you're trying to convince yourself that you're something you're not, then how are you going to be able to be truthful to everyone else? If you're lying to yourself, man, then you're not being truthful to anybody else. You're not being faithful. You know, so the first person you need to be truthful to is yourself. Quit being the pretender to everything. Quit pretending. Quit going along with what everyone says. Believe in your own convictions and just go along with what you say, because you are you and only you can be you. You know what I mean? Like nobody else can be you because you're unique. And that's the thing. That's the whole story. God wants us all to be unique. He didn't make a person and say, now go and try to be like this other person. He didn't make us all clones. If he wanted us to all be alike, he would have made us clones. There would have been a bunch of me walking around. Or there would have been a bunch of the other guy walking around. Or the other girl. You know, we would all be clones. And how would that work? How would that work? Do you want just a bunch of men walking around? There has to be men and women. And, you know, the same goes for them too. Like, don't be clones. Be yourself, dude. You know, if you're not yourself, then who are you, right? God gave us free will because he wanted us to be free. He gave us free will because he wanted us to be free. He wanted us to be ourselves. He wanted us to be individuals. He didn't want us to copy anyone else. He wanted us to be ourselves. He likes our individualities. That's why he created each and every one of us different. Man, different. And I'm sitting here saying this to you because I'm not lying, man, you know? And I'm not lying. I am who I am. Now, that doesn't mean you can't make a bunch of changes in your life. Everyone can change, but you got to want it. And you got to be doing it for the right reason. Don't change for somebody. Change for yourself. Like, don't be changing for someone else. Like, if you got a girlfriend or a wife or anybody and they don't like you for who you are, well, they're not worth it, man. I'm telling you, dude. Look, they're not worth it. And I know I'm probably just repeating myself here a little bit, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Man, I wish I could pause this live stream so I can go get me something to drink. My tea's in the other room, and I have to go pour me some tea, but my mouth is getting dry. I'm sitting here talking. I've been talking for nearly an hour now by myself. Do you know how hard it is That's why I ask people to join this panel. I ask them all the time. They're just like, they don't answer me. Sometimes they do, and they're cool people. I mean, I do have my shifty Sunday, and I understand it is late. And some people, let's face it, they're busy. They don't. I understand. I get it. I get it. Hey, you know what? I get it. But it is kind of disappointing sometimes. It really is. But, I don't have the luxury of having a big channel. Like, I don't have a big channel. I got a small channel. But you know what I learned? You know what I learned from somebody? Somebody told me, man, look, here's what somebody told me. All right. You can't be like someone else. You can't. This all goes back to being yourself and being true to yourself. I may have a small channel, and the people that are on my panel, they're not small people. They're great, wonderful people. And I wasn't appreciating what I had. I'm gonna be open and honest to you guys. I was sitting here, you could go back and watch a few of my other videos, and I didn't even realize I was doing this till somebody pointed it out to me. Well, I mean, I kind of realized I was doing it, but not really. But listen, I was not appreciating what I had. I was sitting there saying, while this person was on the panel, and I didn't realize, hey, man, wait a minute. Maybe this is insulting to this person. Maybe this person feels insulted, maybe a little bit insulted that you're not satisfied with who you have on your panel. I'd get on there and I'd say, boy, I wish so-and-so would come on the show, or boy, I wish so-and-so would come on the show, or I wish I had I should have not have said that. There's so many times that I said that, and I didn't realize, yeah, you know what? It would be great if I had so-and-so on the panel. Not on the panel, but just to come by and visit. Just to come by and do a show. When they say they watch the show every once in a while, and that's great. But I would like to have them to come over and participate. I almost said anticipate. Participate, and that would be great. That would be good, right? But I need to appreciate who I have on the show, and I never really thought that I was doing that. But someone close to me, well, not close to me, but sort of close to me, pointed out that I was not doing right by these people. So I just want to say, from now on, I'm going to focus on my show. I'm not going to bring up other people's shows. If you got a show and it's not doing so great, I'll throw you, what they call in wrestling, I'll put you over. I'll put your show over mine any day of the week. I really will. Like, I'll say, hey, go check out so-and-so's channel. They have a wonderful channel. But at the same time, I got to keep in mind that I'm not so bad myself. I don't want to sound, but with saying that, I don't want to sound prideful. But at the same time, you don't want to sound like you're nothing, like you don't matter. I have some wonderful people that are on my panel, and I tell you what, I don't say enough. Sagittarically speaking, God's Armor, I really appreciate those two guys, and I don't say that often enough. How often do you hear me just say, boy, I really appreciate those guys. Those are some wonderful guys. I'm glad they're on the show. No, I don't. And, I don't know why. I always tell them that when we go off the air. I'm like, guys, good show. You guys are great. And I'm so lucky to have you. And I wasn't doing that though. Not why they were here. Why they were here is like, who would be good to have on the show? It'd be good to have so and so and what's his name, what's her face, and so on and so forth. Without even really realizing I was even doing that. It was like, damn. And I hate to say damn a biblical thirsty Thursday, but man, I was like, damn, I really do that. I do. Sorry, I do it a lot, and never realized that before. Hey, listen, guys, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab me another glass of tea. I'm starting to lose my voice. Oh man, I wish I had some music to put on. Uh, I've already played some copyrighted music here at the beginning, so might as well play some more copyright songs for you guys. No, I'm just kidding. That was just an intro. So they might let it slide. I might be receiving an email later. You took that off of there's been a copyright claim on your video. Ray Parker Jr. did not appreciate you playing his tune. Well, guess what, Ray Parker Jr.? Your voice wasn't on there, brother. How do you know I wasn't playing my own rendition of that song? I might have been playing it on my guitar. I might have been playing it on my keyboards. I might have had the most awesome keyboard playing that I've ever had in my whole entire life of Ghostbusters. How do you know that, Mr. Ray Parker Jr.? No, I'm not that good. But seriously, I do play the keyboards. All right, I'll be right back with some tea. Okay. Hey, it's late. I'm getting silly, Just hang in there, folks. I'll be right back. Hey, you know what I just thought of? What would be cool? Hold on, I'll come back and tell you what would be what would be cool. There we go. All right. Okay. Coming back. All right. I apologize for that, but I gotta wet the old whistle. Wet the whistle. Hey, it's Huey Lewis in the News. I should play that song. I'll get sued by both Ray Parker Jr. and Huey Lewis. How cool would that be? Hold on. No, I better not turn it up. Hold on. No, I will. Well, that's not the song I was thinking. Okay, let me turn that down. I thought that was I Need a New Drug. How cool would that have been if that was I Need a New Drug? Anyway, I need a new drug. New. One that won't make me sick. New. One that won't make me crash my car or make my eyes too red. New. Anyway, I need a new drug. I'm singing the I Need a New Drug song on the Biblical channel. I'm so sorry. I apologize. But anyway, I know I said that. I sung it all wrong anyway, so it doesn't matter. Man, I'll tell you what, though. Next week, we'll get back to the biblical readings. I do apologize for this show. This is more of a rambling show or a ranting show more than anything. But I do hope that some of you at least learned something from it. I do hope that people heard this and learned, hey, Hebrews talking some deep stuff here. He's not just talking nonsense. I know that a lot of people said some mean stuff about me. And they said that I was flaky and They said, "Oh, don't go on Hebrews show." To some people, I'm not going to mention any names. Hebrews just going to bring your channel down with them. But you know, that's some mean stuff to say, actually. But you know what? I think I'm going through some, some personal changes right now. And, I'm trying to get closer to God. I'm trying to get back to, um, I don't want to say my roots, but I'm trying to get back to a more religious. I'm going to try to get back to a more religious base thing than I've ever been before, and I'm closer than I've ever been before. You know, I have never. Um, I don't want to say religious, but it's really the only thing I could really think of that matches what I'm trying to say. I have never been this religious before ever. If you watch my videos from 9 years ago, or maybe even 10 years ago, I guess when did I start out? In 2007 or something like that. I'm telling you, from then up until about, heck, if you watch my videos from 6 months ago, you'll see a tremendous difference. And I'm not here to, pat myself on the back or promote myself or anything like that, but and I know there are still some people out there that have their doubts about me. I know there's some people out there that say, "Well, I don't like Hebrew now," and I know I get thumbs down, and I don't know. It could be just YouTube people that watch the show that aren't part of the Mandela community, but I have a pretty good idea. There's one person out there that I keep trying to reach out to, and it ain't who you think, but there's one person there, dun, 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 that I keep trying to reach out to, and they don't reach back. They don't talk about me at all. They don't try to reach back, which I don't, whatever. Somebody once told me that I shouldn't worry about what other people think, and if they don't talk to you, just don't worry about it, because it's just a person. Worry about what God thinks. Worry about what you think of yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. And it could be just my imagination anyway. I mean, that person could be so busy they don't check their hangouts. They could be so busy that maybe they're not even on hangouts anymore. Maybe they, I don't know. Maybe they see Jiva Dan as the man and don't think that I'm Hebrew anymore. I have no idea. I have no clue. But in any case, I shouldn't be worried about what that person thinks. Or persons. It's more than one person, trust me, that I know of that's totally just thinks that I don't exist anymore. And I don't, that's fine. They'll come around when they come around, and when they do, then I'll talk to them then. But until then, I shouldn't worry about it. There's much bigger and better things to worry about. That's all part of pride. That's what that is. It's our pride that gets the better of us sometimes, and we think about stuff like that. We worry about stuff like that because we're human, and we have that sin, that pride, that nasty little demon that hangs around. It's called pride, and that will destroy you. That will ruin you. that will destroy you, that will make you not such a good person. You know, they say that if someone flips you off and they say F you turn around and you say Jesus loves you. Somebody once told me that. Or you turn around and you say, God bless you. Or you can turn around, or you can not respond at all. Not responding at all usually gets the most, it gets the most response, believe it or not. You can just not respond at all. Or you could just, you can say thank you, just walk away. You know, it's those type of things. There's just things you gotta really work on in your life. You know, you gotta really. God says, or rather, Jesus says. I guess they're two in the same, but Jesus says, when a person hits you, or not hits you, it's totally strikes you on one side. Is it the right side? Hit strikes you on the right side of your cheek. Offer offer them your left to hit as well, to strike as well. So sometimes you really do have to do that. I'm not good at doing that, but I'm learning. I'm slowly learning and I'm trying. I'm trying to get there. You know what? As long as you're trying, you're putting effort towards it, you're heading in the right direction. You're heading down the right path. And don't let nobody or don't let anybody tell you any different. Sometimes everyone's path is different. Everyone's journey is different. It's a long road, my friend. You ever heard that song, It's a Long Road? One of my favorite movies, Rambo, First Blood. Got one of the softest songs in movie franchise, and the it's not one of the bloodiest ones, but it's in fact it's the least bloodiest ones. Not too many people get killed in that movie, but in fact I don't think he kills anybody. Think about how many people actually get killed. There's the guy, the asshole sheriff. Oops, sorry, um, but the you know what sheriff that falls off the helicopter. Now, granted, he throws a rock and it hits the window of the helicopter, and that causes the pilot to kind of move the helicopter. But that dumb, not sheriff, but the deputy is standing up on the edge of this helicopter, shooting at Rambo, and Rambo throws a rock at the helicopter, and the guy falls out. Well, that was his fault. Okay, so he dies, and then Rambo kills some dogs, which now that would be a huge no-no, but back then it wasn't, you know, it wasn't considered such a no-no. But anyway, so he kills the dogs. He inadvertently kills the stupid deputy. Um, some guy gets impaled with the sticks, but he doesn't die. He just gets injured badly. Um, he forces a guy to jump from a moving vehicle, which the vehicle was moving very slowly, and the guy doesn't die. He gets injured, maybe some road rash, who knows? But he doesn't die. Now the sheriff is on the roof, and Rambo shoots through the roof, and the sheriff falls through the roof at the end, but he lives because they show him they're carrying him out on the stretcher at the end. So in reality, I think only one guy died in that movie. One guy and like four dogs. So like one guy and four dogs. So it was the less of the goriest Rambo movies. The most goriest Rambo movie does so far was the last one that he did. Rambo, I think it was just called, I got it right here in front of me. Yeah, it was just called Rambo. And at the bottom of the DVD here it says Rambo, the fight continues. It's very gory. Very gory. But that's one of my favorites now. One of my favorite movies. But anyway, I said all of that just to say this. It's a long road. It's a long and thirsty road out there. You know? And along the way, there's a lot of obstacles, just like Rambo. Look at all the obstacles that was in his way. But he had to do what he had to do to survive. And sometimes we have to do what we have to do to survive, and that's what we have to do. And that's all life is, really, is survival. You got to survive through this life. You really do. And the way to do it is to put it all in God's hands. Once you put it all in God's hands, God can relieve all of that stress, all of that agony. And you pray to him and you tell him, or you ask him, not tell him, oops, don't ever tell him anything. You ask him, please, God, take this away from me. Take this into your hands, Lord, and I ask that you take care of it. Take it from me and take care of it for me. And you know, I do believe that most of the time, if not all of the time, God does it as long as you know how to ask. You know, don't be demanding. Don't be doing it for selfish reasons. Excuse me. You know, and most importantly, you got to learn how to talk to God, and you got to learn how to listen to God. God talks back. A lot of us don't know how to listen. Including me, especially. I'm just learning this stuff, man. I don't know where it's going or where it's going to end up. All I know is I'm going on this journey. And like I said before, I started on the whole Rambo talk. It's a long road. And there's a short time to get there. But I'm sure somewhere between here and now and then and again, I'll get there. But it may take a year. It may take a decade. It may take the rest of my life. Who knows? However long that may be. Because we all say, well, I'm going to live long life, blah, blah, blah. But we never know when our time is up. So really, get it together. Get it together while you can. And do what you have to do to get right with God. Because, man, it is a short life. It really is. And, you know, I've lost a lot of people down the road. And this isn't people that's lived to be 80 or 90 or anything like that. We're talking 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds that died, aunts and uncles, cousins. I've lost two cousins within months of each other. Do you hear me? Months of each other, man. One cousin died of brain cancer, and a few months after he died, another cousin died of leukemia through complications of pneumonia. So you got to get it together, man. That goes to show you. Two cousins. Now I've got their sister. She's alone now. She's all by herself, man. Well, I mean, she's got her husband and kids and whatnot have you, but our kid, I guess they only had the one. But they lost their mom and dad. My aunt and uncle, they were killed by a train. Amtrak is what killed them. And then sure enough, years later, my cousin dies, and then about a month or so after, no, well, not quite a month or so, but a couple months after he died, the other cousin died. So, a lot of deaths, a lot of quick deaths. I mean, we never know when our time's going to be up. So just got to keep that in mind. And hopefully I'll be here for a little bit longer. And hopefully I'll have time to do all the things I need to get done and make myself right with God, be changing my ways, and be, be able to learn all that I need to learn before it's too late. And I hope that all you do too. And I hope that, somewhere along the way, we all learn stuff from all of this. And I'm going to be working on these Thirsty Thursdays, and I'm going to try to better myself by reading stuff from the scriptures, and hopefully you all will too. And that'll be next Thursday. And please, I need to set a reminder because, like I said, I missed it this Thursday, and well, I apologize for that. Well, next Thursday will be Bible readings. I promise we'll be reading from the scripture and be saying stuff. Right now, at this point in time, I'm going to check and see if anybody at all is watching. And if they are, I'm going to give the room a shout out. One watching. Well, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. See, now it's echoing. Well, no one said anything in live chat, but I'm sure people will be watching this tomorrow, whenever. Like I said, I tried to get people in here, but it's late. It's cool. Whatever. I sent the invitations out, and people have to go to bed sometimes. You can't have it both ways. You can't be like, oh, well, they didn't agree to be on the panel. They must not like me. No, man, come on. You kidding me? It ain't like that at all. People are just busy. They have things to do and so forth. So, and like I said, it's late. My gosh, it's almost 1 o'clock my time. I can't imagine. Most of the people probably would have watched this broadcast, but they didn't know it was going to be on. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, I had the broadcast set to go on an hour from 11, which would have been midnight. So I don't know. But hey, look, I've been chatterboxing for, has it been almost 2 hours? I don't even know how long I started. Okay, when did I start? About 11:30? No, it ain't been quite 2 hours yet, but we're getting there. It's 12:55. If I go on to 1:30, it'd been about 2 hours, right? So I think I'm gonna. We'll see what we can do here. Let me. I gotta check something out because I think I got a water leak in my air condition now. Let's see here. Oh crap! Yep, there's a little bit of moisture coming in. Ah, crud! I see it glistening now. It's on the walls. Oh man, that ain't cool. That board's wet. I tell that behind this wall here. It's dripping down the cord too. I don't want that. Oh man. But that's just moisture, isn't it? I mean, it says that is it dripping down the cord? Next thing you know, that floor is going to be all wet. I don't think it's dripping down the cord, but this is definitely moisture right here. Oh man, that ain't cool at all, dude. It's kind of like leaking in. Well, it's been saying change filter, but I'll have the air off for 2 days because I won't be in this particular place. But oh yeah, I can feel the water right there. Oh man, what in the heck? Why? Oh. Well, that kind of, it's not too much. Like it's not really like it's drip, 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 you know. Because I mean, it is still dripping from the outside. I mean, I try to tilt the air condition as much as possible, but it's doing a little bit of dripping inside. Unfortunately, I'm getting moisture. I probably need to clog up that hole right there. I don't know. Oh man, that's definitely moisture coming in. Some of it got on this cord. I could feel where it's dripped down from the electrical cord. That ain't good. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's not bad. Just shouldn't have any really, but it ain't like it's leaking. Just a little bit of moisture on that wall there. Yeah. Well, maybe I can get that fixed. But anyway, I do have it leaking on the outside, so I don't know why in the world is that coming out that end. I don't know. I probably just need to clean the filter. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry about that. I was talking about my air condition. But you know what? While I was talking about the air conditioner, it did kill a few minutes. So that's good, huh? It does have the change filter button on it. And I was going to talk about, you know, getting a replacement for the hot water tank. My neighbor was supposed to come over today, and I guess he had better things to do. I heard him riding around with his motorcycle and stuff. But anyway, so I'm not going to talk about that. Let me check one more time, see if there's anybody watching. If not, I guess I'll go ahead and shut it down. And there's still one watching. Well, hey, whoever you are, and I know who you are. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Thank you for lurking. But no, that's pretty much all I had to say. I'm getting kind of worried about this moisture coming in from the air conditioning unit. My old air conditioning unit used to do that. Man, what is its problem? What is this major malfunction? Oh, wow. Well, at least it's not doing it bad. You know what I mean? Like, at least it's not like dripping. It's just sort of wet. You know, it's not like dripping hard. So I guess I could thank my lucky stars for that. But anyway, it'll be shut off for a few days, and then I'll get back and be able to change the filter. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna stop the broadcast. I would like to listen to that first part where it goes, the Ghostbusters song comes on, because I'm kind of curious. You know, I want to see like what YouTube's gonna do about it. Am I gonna get an email? You cannot play that song in your show. You know, just I'm curious. And if you all are wondering why I played that show at the beginning, is because I was feeling a little bit freaked out, man. Because look, let me show you guys. Ow, my foot! Let me show you guys something. There's a little bit of weirdness going on in the background. Check this out. Turn my camera on. Look back there. Do you see, like, where am I pointing? Back there, all this. I know it's probably just the lights flickering on my TV. But look at that image. Look at that. It looks like a red glowing light. You know, this is kind of interesting. Let me... You know, I was sitting here like this earlier. I guess nobody's going to come on the show. I was sitting there like that earlier. Be kind of cool if I premiered this, right? I guess I can't do it now since it's live. I should have made a video, premiered it, but anyway, check it out, man. Check that out. That's like glowing. And like my TV's not like a analog TV, so it shouldn't be glowing. And I have a light on, so there shouldn't be, like, it's not completely dark in here either, so that's kind of weird. But it is completely dark in there. And you see back there, right there, you see that thing flickering? I know I'm probably putting too much into this, but let's go back there for a second. Hold on. I'm not taking the camera with me, but just bear with me here. I'm going into this room. Wow. This is where the flickering is coming from. Can you guys see me back here? See me waving? I'm not here. Anybody? I can turn the light on, won't look as creepy. There we go. Okay. Now we know what's going on back there because I got the light on now. So anything weird goes on, we'll know it. Maybe if I provoke the weirdness. Is anything in this apartment whatsoever? Can you hear me? Nope. I don't see anything moving to you. Move an object. If you could hear me. See, now I'm just inviting shit in. I shouldn't do that. That's crazy. Now something moves, you all are going to freak out because you're seeing it live. Well, there's only one person watching, so and won't do it while you guys are watching. They'll probably do it while I'm off the air, and then you'll hear a sound or something. Then you'll be like, "Oh, that's just Hebrew messing with us." Nothing yet. Hey, my mirror just moved. Did you see that? It did it again. Now I have the air on and I have the fan on, the ceiling fan. So that could be, and that's probably most likely the ceiling fan blowing the air around and hitting the mirror. So, oh wow, it's getting a little bit stronger now, though, isn't it? If that mirror comes flying off, I'm out of here. I'm gonna run out of here as fast as I can. I swear to you. It's trying hard, man. It's like blowing hard. It almost looks like the door's moving. I shouldn't have said anything. Now look at it. Weird. Yeah. No. Ow, my foot. Nothing's gonna manifest itself. Don't worry. It's late at night. I don't know what else to say. I'm running out of words. My air conditioner is leaking moisture. Maybe that's ectoplasma. Maybe I have every right to be playing the Ghostbusters song at this point. I don't know. But yeah, so that's just the fan blowing it. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Because nothing can actually move that mirror and pull it off of there, can it? Yeah, you ain't going to move it. You're just wind. Wind from my fan. If you're not wind, you'll shut the door. Shut the door right now, I dare you. It's not doing it because I'm recording. I just know it. It's going to do it like when I'm not recording. You just wait. In fact, I guarantee you, I turn this camera off, it'll quit doing. I better shut up, man. I'm scaring the heck out of myself right now. I guarantee you. I better just, okay, I'll shut up. I'll quit goofing around. I'm being silly because, like I said, it's late. I got a salt and pepper beard going on here. What is going on? Oh man, look at all the gray hairs. Oh, anybody out there got just for men? Oh man, look at this. Oh, salt and pepper beard. I'm only 41. Come on, people. As soon as I turn my camera off, it's going to slam shut, right? I'll turn my camera off. Anyway, nothing's going to happen. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. The mirror is moving back and forth because I got my fan and air on, and the fan is circulating the air naturally. Anyway, that would have been great, though, wouldn't it? Man, I'd get that on camera. Could you imagine? But it's not going to happen. So anyway, what time is it? 1:10, probably 2:10 your time, whoever's watching. If anybody's watching at all. Oh, man, there's still one watching. Cool. All right. What time is it? 1:10, oh, wait. Nobody's watching. Yeah. Oh, there's still one watching. Okay, cool. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to turn my camera back on because you know, I'm just going to do it just for a minute. Now remember, I'm the only one here. I'm not. I wonder what would happen if I turned that light off. It'd get awful scary in here. Let's see what happens when I turn the light off. Now I'm going to do one other thing too. Oh boy, kind of scared to go in there now. I provoked something. I'm going to do that. I got Jesus sign of the cross here. I'm going in. Yeah, I can feel the air. I can feel that air right here. I can feel the air hitting me. So, but I'm going to put this cross right here in me. Because, yeah. All right. But I could feel the air, like when I stood like right here in the doorway. Like I could feel the air hitting it. So that's definitely what's going on. The air is hitting that doorway. But anyway, so you know, just every last word that I had to say. Wow, it turned red, didn't it? Look at that. Look at that. That is showing some weird pixelated crap right there now. And it's probably just the light from the camera, but that just looks weird. Look at all that activity. That blue activity back there. That looks spooky as can be, man. I mean, just look at it, right? It's like, look at it back there. It's all going, shh. I mean, I know it's just the light bouncing off and like doing weird stuff, but does that not look creepy to you guys? I mean, look at it. I mean, look. I mean, I realize it's just all pixelated light, like bouncing off the stuff that's in the room and reflecting, but 1 second it was red and now it's like blue pixelated. Let me turn that light on again. I want to turn light on again and see what happens. Hold on. Okay, we'll turn the light on. And now I'm going to turn it back off. And let's see if it's red when I turn it back off. Okay, let me sit down. Okay. Yep. Did it turn red? It turned red for a second and then it went back to blue. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just bored. My mind's playing tricks on me. But I'll tell you what, man. Whoa. Where is that light coming from? Hold on. Is it my computer? There's like a really good light coming from in there. I need to turn all the lights off and just have the computer on. And then that's it. And nothing else. What do you guys think? Should we go dark? It's like go completely dark. Turn it all off. Turn all the lights off. Turn everything off. Just go completely dark. If that happens, I'm playing the Ghostbusters song. I'm telling you. Copyright infringement be damned. I'm playing the Ghostbusters song. That's right. I don't know. I'm being silly. So basically, I think I've run out of things to talk about because now I'm like showing weird stuff. So camera back off. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody for watching, everyone for tuning in. And like I said, next Thursday, I will have on the show a biblical reading and a brand new Bible, which, by the way, I can't mention any names right now, but I will mention those names next Thursday. For everyone here at the Hebrew channel, wait, let me turn my camera on one more time. We'll have the camera on. Now look, interesting. When I first turned it on, that background was red, and now it's blue again. It's funny how the lights kind of play tricks on you. The lighting just really plays tricks on you. So, I wonder what would happen if I sprayed like aerosol. Oh, let's see what it looks like on camera. Okay, I'm standing back here. I want you to tell me what this looks like. What did that aerosol look like? I'm going to do it one more time. Oh, wow, look at that. I think I just saw, hold on. Man, I would have to wind this back so I can see if that actually did anything. Again, the room got red and then turned blue again. I think it's just my angle. Let's push it forward now. Get over there. Look, man. It looks like there's things dancing. There's just things dancing in the background. You see that? Boom, 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 boom. That's hilarious. Anyway. All right. Camera back off. For real this time. Camera off. I know it's just a bunch of pixelated lighting and all that stuff, and it's late. My mind's playing tricks on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed, and I'll let all of you guys go to bed too. We have been broadcasting for nearly 2 hours, and that's what I wanted. So, ooh, I got an email. Oh, ooh, man, that smells good. What did I spray? That was cinnamon, apple cinnamon. Ah, cool. That smelled really, really good. Really good. Now I'm getting shadows. That's weird. Where is that shadow coming from? Ah, it's me. Okay. Anyway. Woo! Boy, it's late. Okay. Anyway, from everybody here at the Hebrew channel, which at this moment is just me, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I would do a shout out, but there's nobody to shout out. So I will now just sign off. My usual sign off. This is Hebrew77 saying, so long, everybody. Do, 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 do.